The Bengals' playoff chances are getting slimmer, plus they're getting some help. That's right, some help on the injury front. Some key Bengals will be on the field Saturday against the Broncos. Let's break it all down right now on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. Hi again, everyone, and welcome in to CBT. I'm James Rapien of BengalsTalk.com here at Paycor Stadium, where it is Bengals, it is Broncos on Saturday right here, and today's video brought to you by BetUS. Let's dive into, and by the way, hope you had a wonderful Christmas, wonderful holiday season, you and your family. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and unfortunately, the Pittsburgh Steelers didn't gift wrap a present for the Bengals. And the Bengals haven't gotten much Christmas help over the past few days with their playoff chances. And that's where we'll start today's video because it's rough. It's a rough scenario where the Bengals at 7-8 are on the outside looking in. Even if they win out, they need some help. And you look at their playoff chances. I checked out DVOA today. It's a 1% chance. And DVOA takes into consideration the fact that the Chiefs don't need to win next week to get the number one seed, and that's what the Steelers could have helped with on Wednesday. They did not do that. They got their butts kicked by Patrick Mahomes and company, and so you look at it that way, and it's like, all right, so what needs to happen? And it's 1% in DVOA, 4% according to the New York Times. The Bengals need to beat the Broncos. They need to beat the Steelers next week, and then after that, they need 3 games to go their way. 3 games. They need the Broncos to lose to the Chiefs in Week 18. They need the Dolphins to lose one of their final 2 games. The Dolphins play the Browns this week, and then they go on the road again, and they play the Jets. So 2 cold weather games. They also need the Colts to lose one of their final 2 games. And this one's tough because they're playing the Giants, who have the number 1 overall pick right now. The Giants aren't going to want to win that game. Spoiler alert. And then they play the Jaguars at home, and the Jags, well, Mac Jones is leading the way. They're clearly out of it. So it's tough because you look at that and you're like, all right, you need 3 of those 5 results to go your way, plus you need to win the final 2 games of the year. That's why the Bengals' playoff chances are so slim. That's why they're getting slimmer and got slimmer on Christmas Day when the Steelers lost to the Chiefs, because now the Chiefs are 15-1. They don't need to win against Denver. They'll probably play some of their backups against Denver. Chris Jones isn't going to play. He's dealing with a calf issue. Anyone that's banged up isn't going to play. Now, I've seen some say, oh, well, the Chiefs still could play all of their guys. They may play some of their guys. Patrick Mahomes may still play. Doubt he plays the whole game. But they may play some of it because of the long layoff with the bye. They would essentially be off 25 days in between games if they don't play at all or play any of their starters. So maybe they play some. But does Travis Kelce need to play? Does Patrick Mahomes need to play? Chris Jones certainly won't play. Like I said, he missed this past game with a calf. The point is that alone just changes it. And that's why the DVOA number went down to just 1%. But the Bengals can't control that. They can't. What they can control is Saturday against the Denver Broncos as they try to win their 4th straight game, as they try to get back to 500, and as they try to march their way through a disappointing year up to this point, even with a three-game win streak to get them to 7-8, a 4th straight winning season. You better believe that matters. So we'll see if they can get it done. I want to dive into this game with the Broncos, some injury updates, what Jamar Chase had to say as well, and we will do that. But I just have to tell you, today's sponsor, BetUS. Go there now, betus.com. Sign up using code YouTube150. You'll get a 150% bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000. And let's get back to it now. Injury-wise, the Bengals are in a good spot. Offensive line, it's going to look a little different on Saturday. And that's important because this Broncos pass rush is good. This Broncos defense is good. They are talented, and they have Pat Surtain on the outside. He's going to likely follow Chase, and we'll get some help, but likely going to follow Jamar Chase. So, as far as injuries go, Orlando Brown Jr. is playing for the first time since December 1st. Zach Taylor said he looks great. We'll see how he looks, but excited to have Orlando Brown Jr. back this week and see him on Saturday with the season on the line. Amarius Mims, we saw him hurt his ankle last week. It's a short week. You're like, all right, well, is he going to be able to play? He is going to start on Saturday against the Broncos. Cody Ford will play left guard. So from left to right, your offensive line is Orlando Brown Jr., Cody Ford, Ted Karras, Alex Kappa, Amarius Mims. That's your offensive line with the season on the line. Makes a lot of sense. I'm excited to see it. I hope Orlando Brown Jr. looks like he did earlier this year before he got hurt, and that's unreasonable. That's probably not a reasonable expectation. But I hope that for him, because he was playing like an all-pro earlier this year before he got hurt. And he's been hurt since October, gutted it out and played against the Steelers earlier this month, and clearly didn't look like his normal self. Hopefully he's closer to that on Saturday against the Broncos. And it's going to be interesting to see how this line looks with Cody Ford at left guard. Hopefully it looks as good as we've seen it all year long. I think Ted Karras had a really good game against the Browns. I think Amarius Mims has continued to develop throughout his rookie campaign. And so with Cody Ford at left guard and with a guy like Orlando Brown Jr., what he's capable of when he's healthy, excited to see that. As far as the rest of these guys, Joseph Osai has missed multiple days with an illness. It feels like he's trending in the right direction, though, and will be able to go on Saturday. That's a big one. Sheldon Rankins out again. I think his season's over. We'll see if that actually happens. And then Jamar Chase, and we posted the Jamar Chase video right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. But I asked him about the Triple Crown. We asked him about Pat Surtain, and I thought it was interesting. Praised Surtain, said he's not worried about the Triple Crown. And obviously he wants to win it, but he's focused on winning these two games and finding a way to get to the postseason. All the right answers from Jamar Chase, and yet you look at it and it's like, all right, you're leading in yards, you're leading in touchdowns, multiple touchdown lead, over 100-yard receiving lead, and you have, I think it's 8 receptions still as far as the receptions lead. So if he has a couple good games, he should be able to be the first Bengals player ever to win the Triple Crown. He would be the third in the 21st century to win that. I think it's Steve Smith, Cooper Kupp, and then it would be Jamar Chase. So we'll see if he can do that over the next couple of weeks. So plenty to watch for, plenty of intrigue. The Bengals need some help. And so if you're a Bengals fan, and you probably are if you're watching this, even though we get a lot of fans of opposing teams that like to come on here and talk trash, you're rooting for the Browns this week. You need the Browns to upset the Dolphins. You're rooting for the Giants this week. And if those two results go your way, and the Bengals handle business Saturday, there you go. It'd be a great, great week for the Cincinnati Bengals. We're going to be here covering it on Saturday night, so make sure that you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. If you're looking for more on the Bengals, check out BengalsTalk.com, and do me a favor this holiday season, and we're thankful for each and every one of you. Tell a Bengals fan about our channel. Tell a Bengals fan about Cincinnati Bengals Talk, about all of the video, especially if you come here often to watch Bengals coverage, to get the latest on the Bengals, and I know a lot of you do. We appreciate each and every one of you, and today's video, like I mentioned at the top, brought to you by BetUS. For Andrew Fox Miller, our channel coordinator, I'm James Rapien. I haven't called you that in a while, Andrew. He just killed it on Enter the Jungle this week, so make sure you check out Enter the Jungle. It was a Christmas Eve edition, no days off. Yes, we had a show on Christmas Eve, so make sure you check that out as well. For Andrew, I'm James. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk to you on game day right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk.